Most men don't end up in bad relationships because they're unlucky. They end up there because they ignore the warning signs. And before you say, yeah, but sometimes you just can't tell, let me stop you right there. Most of the time, you can tell. You just choose not to. Because attraction is loud, but red flags are quiet. They show up in small moments, small behaviors, small patterns. And instead of paying attention, most men do what humans are really good at doing, making excuses. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe she's just stressed. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe. Meanwhile, months pass, sometimes even years. And suddenly you realize you're in a relationship that drains your energy, your confidence, and your peace of mind. So today, let's talk about 7 red flags most men ignore until it's too late. And trust me, the last one is the one that traps even the smartest men. So pay attention. First red flag, they move way too fast. At first, it feels amazing. Constant texts, constant attention. You start hearing things like, I've never felt this connection before. You're different from everyone else. And 2 weeks later, suddenly you're hearing words like soulmate. Now, don't get me wrong, romance is great, but if someone thinks you're their soulmate after knowing you for 10 days, relax. That's not love. That's emotional speedrunning. Real connection takes time. Trust builds slowly. If everything feels like it's happening at 2 times speed, there's a good chance the crash is coming just as fast. Red flag number 2, they never take responsibility. Pay attention to how they talk about their past. Every ex was crazy. Every argument was someone else's fault. Every mistake has a long explanation. Now ask yourself something. If every person in their life is the problem, what's the one thing all those situations have in common? Exactly. Mature people can say 3 powerful words. I was wrong. But if someone can't admit mistakes, eventually you become the mistake. And trust me, arguing with someone who is never wrong is like arguing with a wall, except the wall is quieter. Red flag number 3, they disrespect small boundaries. Toxic behavior rarely starts big. It starts small. You say you're busy, they guilt trip you. You say you need space, they keep pushing. You say something bothers you, they laugh it off. Individually, these moments feel small, but together they reveal something important. They don't respect your limits. And if someone ignores your small boundaries today, they will ignore your big ones tomorrow. Red flag number 4, constant drama. Some relationships feel like peace. Others feel like a Netflix series with way too many plot twists. One day everything is amazing. The next day there's an argument, a crisis, or some emotional explosion. And some people call that passion. It's not passion, it's chaos. Healthy relationships bring stability. Toxic ones bring adrenaline. And adrenaline might feel exciting for a moment, but living in constant drama is exhausting. Relationships shouldn't feel like a full-time emotional job. Red flag number 5. They only show interest when it benefits them. Early on, attention can feel intense, but watch closely. Are they there when you need support? Or only when they want something? Your time, your attention, your validation. Toxic people often give just enough effort to keep you hooked, but the moment they stop getting what they want, suddenly the energy disappears. Healthy relationships are mutual. Effort goes both ways. If the effort only flows in one direction, that's not connection. That's consumption. Red flag number 6. They slowly isolate you. And no, it doesn't start with stop seeing your friends. It starts with small comments. I don't really like your friends. They don't understand you like I do. And slowly you start seeing your friends less. You talk to your family less. And before you realize it, your entire world revolves around one person. That's not closeness. That's isolation. And isolation is one of the oldest control tactics in unhealthy relationships. And now we reach the red flag most men ignore, your gut feeling. You know that strange feeling when something just feels off? Yeah, that one. Most men ignore it. They explain it away. They rationalize it. But intuition is your brain recognizing patterns before you consciously understand them. If your gut keeps whispering something isn't right, you should probably listen. Because ignoring that voice doesn't make the problem disappear. It just delays the damage. Here's the reality most people learn the hard way. Red flags don't mean someone is evil, but they do mean something important. This relationship might not be healthy for you. And the earlier you recognize that, the easier it is to protect your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. Because the most successful people in life aren't just good at building careers. They're good at choosing the right people to build life with. One toxic relationship can drain years of progress, but the right relationship can multiply your growth. So here's a challenge for you. Next time you meet someone new, don't just ask yourself if you like them. Ask yourself something more important. Do their actions actually make my life better? If the answer is no, you already know what the red flag is. Now the real question is, will you ignore it?